Welcome, crafty friends. Today I'm sharing a perfectly cute handmade birthday card that's sure to delight any cat lover. This design is fun, playful, and easy to make, featuring an adorable feline friend, bright colors, and creative details to bring your card to life. I'll walk you through step by step on how to create this charming design, from stamping and coloring to adding the perfect finishing touches. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a crafty video. Now let's get started. The supplies that I'm going to use today are from Pretty Pink Posh, and I have the streamers die, the birthday dogs and cats, and also the Paw Prints Stencil. So the first thing that I'm going to do is stamp out my image and my sentiment. I really love this cat in the party hat, but I really do love how in this particular stamp set, you are getting both cats and dogs on here. So I'm stamping these on 80-pound white cardstock using jet black ink from Lawn Fawn, so any alcohol marker friendly ink will work. I'm going to color in my image using my Olo markers. And I had the idea that I would color this cat so it kind of looked like a white cat because I knew my background would be really colorful. And by coloring my cat to look white, it's not going to compete with the colors of my background. Now, to do that, I'd still need to add shading, which I used warm grays to do that, just adding it to the left hand side of the cat. And you could see most of it is left uncolored. Then I used some colors that are similar to my card design to color in that fun party hat. I'll then use the coordinating die to die cut out both the sentiment and also the cat. To create the streamers, there's actually a few different types on this particular die set. There's the triangles, the flags, there's some kind of twirly crepe paper, and then a scalloped one. I'm going to use the triangles, and I die cut out four of them from white cardstock. And then I use the triangles and die cut them from just some really fun and festive colors, shades of pink, teal, green, and yellow. The idea for my party banners was to layer two of them across the front of my card, but I die cut out four of them. And the reason for that is I wanted to layer two of them together to just add a little bit of dimension to the flags. And now I'm going to go in kind of a rainbow order, just attaching my flags to my banner. And I will have all these colors of cardstock linked down below in the video description and over on my blog, along with the rest of the supplies that I'm using today to create this card. Now, I know I am missing orange and purple, but I still stayed in the rainbow order and even have two different shades of pink. I just really wanted it to be kind of a not so much pastel, but just some light, fun colors. Now that my banners are done, I'm going to work on the background. So for that, I have the Paw Print Stencil, which is just a one layer stencil, and I'm going to stencil it onto some light blue cardstock. I believe this is powder from Concord and Ninth. I secured my cardstock down to my work surface using some repositionable tape. I lined up the bottom of my cardstock with the grid line on my glass work mat, and then I lined up the bottom of the stencil with a grid line that's just a line or two below that. So that is going to help me make sure that my stencil is straight with my cardstock. And I held that stencil down just using some washi tape. To do the ink blending, I am using the same shade of ink as the cardstock. So this is powder ink from Concord and Ninth, and I'm just quickly going over that with a blending brush. These paw prints make just the cutest background for either the dog or the cats on that stamp set. I wanted to add some a little bit more interest to it, so I did add some white splatters to that using a white bleed proof paint. And I'm creating a card base. So I like to do side folding card bases. So I scored that at 4 1/4, and I'm going to just reinforce that fold with my bone folder and then add some tape to the front of that and add my stenciled background to this. Now, I did have to be a little careful because my drips or my splatters, some of them were kind of big and they weren't completely dry yet. So I did have to be a little careful of that. Now I can start decorating the front of my card. So I laid everything out how I wanted it to go. And then I'm going to start attaching the banners using some liquid glue. I'm going to have one up on the top, kind of swinging up to the top corner. And then this other one I aligned so it's swinging down a little bit. I'll trim off the excess in just a moment, but I'm going to add some thin foam squares behind the cat and also the sentiment. So I have my little kitty cat kind of down here in that bottom corner. And I really love how the colors of the party hat match my banners. So sometimes, if you can think ahead of time about the card you're creating and the colors you want to use, it's really fun to tie those colors together. Then I can flip this over and just trim off those excess banners. And that's a wrap on this perfectly cute handmade birthday card. I hope you enjoyed this fun and easy project and feel inspired to create your own adorable cat themed projects. Again, I will have the link to my supplies listed down below in the video description and over on my blog. Thank you all so much for spending time with me today.